slå det out or what?
Oh, yeah, if you don't want it, just turf it, yeah. We're at the Anglesea Surf Life Saving Club. This is the gym that I used to train at when the old gym got shut down. So I started coming here when I was about 15 or 16. And I used to get a lot of good workouts, solid workouts here. Very basic, it's very small. A few barbells, a few dumbbells. I think they went up to maybe 120 pound. And a squat rack, a bench press, and a chin up, and a dip bar. So it's very limited, but we made it work out.
David Baye here from MuscularDevelopment.com. We are at the southern coast of Australia at the Anglesea Surf Club. You know, we decided to switch things up a little bit, head down to the coast, finish up our arm workout. We kind of busted it up right in the middle of our workout, come here to Anglesea and train at the surf club. Now this is as old school gets,
Yeah.
but you know, one of the things that we had discussed is that you can walk into any gym and, you know, and there's so many guys today that, you know, they kind of complain that this gym doesn't have this and this gym doesn't has that. And you can walk into any gym, and if you know the basics of weight training and the basic exercises, you can get a good workout in with minimal equipment. If you have a squat rack or even just a Smith machine and a handful of plates and an adjustable bench and some dumbbells, you can really get everything done you need to get done. Now we decided to start with an overhead tricep extension. Now this machine is as literally as old school as machine gets. The only thing more old school than this thing is dumbbells and rocks. So overhead presses on this machine. I know we had talked about doing lying skull crushers at Dermot's. Again, one of those things where I feel a little bit of tension in my elbows when I lock my hand into a bar. Doing overhead presses takes a little bit of tension off for me, so that's what we decided to go with here.
Yeah, that's right. I like doing the overhead lying skull crushers. I find that I really developed a lot of overall tricep strength and size using this exercise. It was the bread and butter for me. You know, growing up, it was the one exercise that I started every tricep workout with. But yeah, here at the Anglesea Surf Club, we went with the cable overheads, and which is good to really sort of warm up the triceps. You know, get a good get the blood into the muscle, and you get a good pump there. Then we went over to the dumbbell rack and hit some overhead dumbbell extensions, just single arms, one arm extensions, to really hit the long head of the tricep. You get a good stretch on it. Again, I think I was out muscled here by Dave.
I completely disagree.
He had some good poundage there. So we finished off with some. I think we did four sets there for reps, and then finished off with a double hand grip and burned it out. So like I said, every single workout's a little bit different. We might finish with burns or negatives or whatever it might be, but something to shock the muscles, something that you're not ready for. So after that, we hit up the what do we do after the overheads? Dips. We did free weight dips. So we found a belt with a rope and linked up some 25-pound plates and saddled up, jumped up on the dips, and we smashed out a few sets. So it was very decent. You know, good way to finish off. You know, you can blast them out. You can go to failure. And the last set, we just we gassed it. We dropped all the weights and just went out to finish up. Went out to failure. So,
and there's not too many younger guys, and as we move forward through the years, there's going to be even less younger guys that can say they got their start at the old school gyms. You know, when we talk about everybody's idols, you know, Arnold and anybody who's ever watched Pumping Iron, you see Lou training in the basement, you see Mike Katz training in the garage, and you see all these icons training in these old school gyms. And, you know, even moving forward into the 90s, we see Dorian, you know, training in the dungeon, and Ronnie at Metroflex. But again, as the health club industry as a whole takes a turn towards the more posh and comfortable and commercialized gyms, you lose that hardcore old school aspect. So you're only 23 years old, so relatively young, but you still got your start at an old school gym. So talk to us a little bit about, first off, how you got into weightlifting, how you found this place. Is it close to your house? Did you have a buddy or an older brother who trained here? And then, kind of your transition from this gym over to Dermot's, where you were really able to get things rolling as far as, building a solid foundation.
Yeah, that's right. So this is actually the second gym that I started at. So there's another gym that we drove past, which is the very first gym. It's we just called it the Noble Street Gym. It was like 5-minute walk from home, and I'd go with my brother. It was a large, a small warehouse or an oversized garage. And me and my brother would go there, and all that they had, actually half of this equipment from this gym came from this the initial gym, Noble Street Gym. So all it was your bench presses, your barbells, your dumbbells, and a cassette player. That's all we had. No machines. It wasn't even a membership. There's no personal trainers. There's no supervisors. We would get a key from this guy's mailbox. We'd help ourselves to the gym. If the key wasn't there, we would have to make do, and sometimes we would have to break in. Just jimmy the door open, whatever it took. But we would get in there and we'd bash out a set. We'd bash out a workout, and we'd make it work. With the very bare equipment, with the bare necessities. All we had was very basic stuff. But it just sort of goes to show that you don't have to have all this, flashy equipment, Total Gym, Bowflex, the Ab Swing Pro. We never had that stuff. You get in there, you ground it out, and you go from there. So from there, they closed down the gym, and so I was freaking out. Where the heck am I going to train next? And I found out the surf club had weights, so I signed up here at the surf club. And a lot of the weights came over here, and I followed them over here. So I started doing my workouts here, which is great, because after training, we would just head down to the beach, we'd sunbathe, we'd go down to the shops, we'd buy chickens, we'd eat up. Sometimes we'd train twice a day. But it was great, again, there's no supervisors, there's no personal trainers. And it wasn't until I was 18 or 19 that I had my first gym membership. That I moved out. I moved away from home, and I signed up at a gym in Geelong, and a franchise gym. And there I started to meet obviously more people. It's like growing up under a rock down here. You don't really. It's a very little bubble. So I sort of ventured away, and started working out at this gym, and I got a qualification in personal training, and then I headed over to Geelong's gym, where I worked there for 1 or 2 years, and eventually I ended up at Dermot's. They built Dermot's out at North Geelong, and this is where I currently train.
We're talking about small gyms, and we're at this surf gym. You guys can see the backdrop behind us. It's gorgeous. I hate to use the word breathtaking, because every time I use it, I think of the baby scene from Seinfeld. But I don't know if you're a Seinfeld fan. Yeah. It's breathtaking. But I turn around and I look out here, and it's absolutely amazing. And it might be something that, I don't know, do you kind of get numb to that, or when you were working out when you were younger? It had to be really cool coming to a gym. You're hitting the weights, you step outside, you can literally, I don't know if there's a hill here or whatever you can run down to, and there's the South Pacific Ocean. I think it's the South Pacific. That's right. I'm pretty sure it's the South. Watch out for the great whites. Yeah. But talk to us a little bit about that. Just the atmosphere that this small gym is in, being in such a beautiful climate and environment, and again, having a beach and an ocean right here. Yeah,
really, I am very lucky to have grown up down here. I'm very thankful that my parents decided to move down here when I was 8 or 9 years old. But it really was the best thing for me to come down here in the mornings, over summer holidays, and we'd smash out a workout, I'd get a nice pump on, and then straight after, the beach was just calling my name. You got the sand, you got the water, you got all the pretty girls down there sunbaking. So, of course, you know, you want to get out there as quick as you can and relax. So it's a really good feeling to be able to train, and then 5 minutes later you're on the beach, you're in the water, you're cooling off. You know, you can go get a feed. It was such a great upbringing for me. It's such a great you know, style of training, and it's made it very enjoyable. You know, every day I was like, oh, I'm going to go and train, and then I'm going to go swimming and go and eat food and chase girls or whatever I was going to do. It really was it was. I don't know. I think it was one of the best feelings, best childhoods you could ask for. So.
Nothing worth changing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Now, going back to talking about your start, you know, you said you started weightlifting at a young age. What got you into weightlifting? I know, you know, for myself and for a lot of people, you get into weightlifting because of a sport. I want to get stronger for wrestling. I want to get, you know, faster for, you know, bigger legs and faster for track even, or I want to get stronger for football. Was there something that got you started in weightlifting, or was it just like, hey, I want to have big muscles, so I'm going to hit the gym?
Yeah, that's a good question, because initially I started off as playing soccer. I played soccer for 8 years, from age 5 till about 13 or whatever it was, 14, 15, up to 16 I think. But it was about when I was 13 and a half or 14, around that age, that I was in, I think I was in year 8, and I still played soccer, and
There's some birds around here. Make some creepy noises.
I think I was about 14, and my brother actually got me into the gym, and he said, Calum, come down to the gym. You know, I was like, well, what for? He's like, you know, just come down and help me train. We're just going to go do a workout. I didn't know anything really about it. You know, I just knew that you know, it's trains, and he said, it's going to help you grow your muscles. It's going to, you know, I'll show you what to do. He showed me the barbell bench presses and dumbbell curls, and basically I just followed him around and did everything that he did. And I was, you know, he was my first training partner. I was my older brother. And Alex, he was always bigger and stronger than me. He's 2 years older than me, and I this competitive streak in me says, you got to catch him, you got to catch up to him, you got to beat him. I got to beat him. I can't beat him. 10 more pounds. All right. So, so I was, and from then on, we trained at this little gym, and he showed me the workouts, and eventually, you know, we trained all the way up through to the surf club here, till we were training here still when I was 17 or 18 or whatever it was. And then he decided to join the military, and that was it. So he started focusing training for what he was doing, and it was around, I think it was around. It was actually around when he did join the military that I decided I'm going to go for a bodybuilding competition. You know, a lot of people saying, you know, have you competed? Maybe you should compete. And I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to do a show and see how I go. So I did a local, like the state championships, the teenage championships, and I won the very first bodybuilding show I did in my division, and from there it really got me into it. I was really excited, and I decided that this is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do more shows. So I basically followed on, kept training and developing.
Getting the cover of Muscular Development magazine is a huge accomplishment. Tell us what it means to you, not only as a bodybuilder, but as a 23-year-old bodybuilder, to have made the cover of, you know, one of the biggest bodybuilding magazines in the world.
Thanks very much, Dave. Yeah, look, it's mind blowing. I'm first reaction was I couldn't believe that I'm on the cover. You know, I'm coming from, you know, 7-8 months ago. No one knew of me. No one heard of me. You know, I was just another guy lifting, pushing tin around the gym. But, you know, to come so far in such a short amount of time, it's such an honour to be, you know, to be basically presented on the front cover of one of the biggest, you know, muscle magazine in the world. So I really don't know how to. I didn't know what to say at first. I was shocked. I was like, "Is that really me on the cover?" I didn't know how to take it. I was like, you know, I don't want to blow smoke up my own skirt, but I was like, "Shit, yeah, this guy's looking pretty good. He's with a really pretty girl on the front cover," and so it was probably it has to be one of the biggest accomplishments that I've made in the fitness industry was getting on the front cover of this of a major magazine, and yeah, I really like the picture. I think Gregory James, he's an awesome photographer. He captured the photo so well, and so credit to him, of course. So yeah, really, I was just stoked.
All right, now being on the cover of Muscular Development, along with all the popularity that you've gotten, like you said, through social media, and having your friends and family proud of you. You have to have a couple friends who, your tight buddies who are giving you a little bit of a hard time. I know, not to go you back to myself or anything. Obviously, I've never been on the cover of Muscular Development, but even something as little as winning the Mr. Wisconsin, I have buddies who just. I'd walk into a bar to meet my friends out, and my buddy Dwayne would put his hand up and yell, "Mr. Wisconsin!" I mean, just to embarrass me because he knew he could. Now, you being on the cover of Muscular Development magazine, you have to have some buddies, some friends growing up with that are having a little bit of fun with you for it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man. This is Muscular Development. We're here to talk to you. You can say whatever.
All right. I'm just gonna put it out there as it is. I guess some of my friends said, "Look, fantastic front cover, and I don't know the best way to say this, but." You're teabagging a hot chick on the front cover as well. So, look, I don't know. You can cut that out. But my respects to Diana Dog, and God, she's a great girl and everything. But it just happens to be that her head was right there in my crotch. So I got a lot of flack. I got a lot of tongue-in-cheek comments from that one. Oh yeah, front cover and anyway.